A healthier, happier life begins here. Welcome to Mercy Moments, a podcast by Mercy Health in association with True Chat.
Did you know that it is estimated that 1 in 10 people in America has some sort of food insecurity? Or that food insecurity can occur for many different reasons and can even be affected by things like geography. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm the host of Mercy Moments, T. Allen Ceyler, coming to you from Champaign County here at True Chat Studios in Urbana, Ohio. My guest today is an expert on the issue of food insecurity and is currently the executive director of the Second Harvest Food Bank. Please welcome to the program, Tyra Jackson. Tyra, welcome.
Thank you.
So can you please tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself?
I was born and raised in Springfield, didn't go too far for college, went to Wittenberg right down the street. And I've been working in social services for over 20 years. I actually started at Second Harvest Food Bank about 7.5 years ago after working in Dayton for a little bit, and decided that I needed to come back into the area that I love. I have always served Clark, Champaign, and Logan County. I was at Project Woman for 10 years, and that was our service area as well. And what I've found that is there's a lot of need in our community, but there's also a lot of people that are willing to help. And I love working in this area and giving back and doing whatever we can to serve and make our community stronger.
So how did you specifically get involved with the Second Harvest Food Bank?
I had started looking for another job because I wanted to come back into the area. And I was on a committee, and one of the people that I knew said, "Hey, Second Harvest is actually looking for a new executive director." And I said, "Well, let me look at it." I applied, and within 3 weeks, I was their new executive director.
So what exactly is, from your perspective, food insecurity?
When we talk about food insecurity, people often want to use the term hunger. And we all can feel hunger at some time. Hunger is when we can actually go out and get whatever it is we need and sort of in that feeling. Food insecurity is more because it means that we do not have access, you do not have the resources, and it's a consistent thing that occurs. So it can be because you're not located near a grocery store. It could be because you don't have the funds, the money to purchase the food. It could be that the food that you're purchasing isn't nutritional because you don't have the amount of money to buy nutritional food. So it's more of a systemic issue than just a temporary type thing that you might be going through.
So how much of an issue really is it in America?
Food insecurity is huge. So as you were saying, like 1 in 10 people in the United States, 1 in 8 in Ohio. And then in our service area of Clark, Champaign, and Logan County, we see 1 in 6. And then there's 1 in 4 children who face food insecurity.
So how have the numbers changed over the last several years? I mean, have things like COVID had an effect?
COVID really had an effect because there were so many people who have never needed assistance before that were put in situations that they would have never thought they would have been in. And our numbers have increased. In 2019, we were serving close to 40,000 people unduplicated each year. During and in the midst of all of COVID, our numbers shot up to about 65,000 people. We now think our new norm is going to be around 50,000 people.
Wow.
So there is an increase. People are still struggling. They're still trying to, reestablish their lives, their households. Once you have one hit to your income, it takes so many years to be able to get back to even where you were before. And then we have the issue of inflation that is impacting people as well. So not only have we seen an increase in the number of people who are seeking assistance, there are a completely new group of people who are needing assistance as well.
Now, I think you touched on this earlier, but we're not just talking about the inability to buy food, correct? We're talking about things like geography as well.
Correct. And one of the things that we look at is when we're assisting with opening up new pantries or putting our distribution centers in different areas, our mobiles, we look to see the access points. If there are grocery stores, there may be a gas station and people may be able to get milk and things there, but it typically is 3 times the amount that you would get at a larger grocery store. So we really look at accessibility for people. Transportation plays a huge issue, and especially when we get into rural parts of our community, it's very hard for people to access nutritional food.
I think you touched on this earlier as well. How does the need vary based on age, ethnicity, and geography?
The thing about food insecurity, it doesn't discriminate. Anyone and everyone is affected. Nearly 24% of the people that are served in our community are children, so under the age of 18. Then another 20% are seniors, those who are over 60. So 2 of our most vulnerable populations in our community are affected largely by food insecurity. As we get into more rural areas, geographic issues again, we see a spike because it's just not accessible. We do see an increase in minorities that are facing food insecurity. We know that actually stems from some of the systemic issues of lower wages that they may receive. We also see that over 50% of the households that seek assistance from us are working households. So we have a lot of people who are just trying to make ends meet. And the issue is that gap is getting larger and larger for them to try to make things work for them. So it's not the majority of people who are seeking assistance. They have jobs, low-paying jobs, but they're just trying to figure out how to pay rent, utilities, feed their kids, clothe their children, and sort of just make their lives functional.
Now, on a county level, what areas do you see are in more of a need?
So when we look at things, we always look at population. And so, of course, Clark County, being a larger county, they have more, we are serving more people. But when we look percentage-wise, it's pretty equal. So Clark County, we serve about 50%, and then 20% for Champaign and 20% for Logan County.
And how do their needs differ from area to area?
So when we look at even Clark County, because people say Springfield, and that's our only city, really. When we go into New Carlisle, we go into South Vienna, we go into South Charleston, those needs look a lot like what's going on in Champaign and Logan County,
really?
Because they're very rural. And so we take our mobile vehicle, our mobile trucks, right into those areas. And instead of people coming to us or coming to the pantries, we go directly to them to serve them because it's more of an accessibility issue that we have to work on.
I mean, do they ask for specific things, or how does their needs differ in that way?
So depending on the demographics, so in New Carlisle and in actually part of Bell Fountain, we have a higher demographic of Latinos. And so we may take different types of foods out to them because they'll request that. So we may not in Urbana, actually, we don't get a lot of requests for corn because people grow a lot of different things. So they may be asking for more canned goods or protein and different things. And we try to really fit what our neighbors are asking for and putting those items on the truck.
Now, you talked about transportation earlier. So how have you overcome that?
So I think the whole transportation thing is that we're taking things directly to
them
people.
As opposed to them coming to you.
Correct. We meet them. We have pantries throughout the 3 counties. We have 65 partner agencies. And depending on when they're open and when they're not open, we figure out with our mobile schedule, what can we meet that the other folks aren't meeting, and making sure that, once again, it's accessible for people who may not fit in during those times.
That's a good point. So do the number of organizations that you deal with differ from area to area?
So we have, I think, 10 to 12 in Logan County agencies, partner agencies, 8 in Champaign County, and then we have close to 40 in Clark County, our partner agencies. We're always looking for new partners, especially in areas that we don't necessarily have resources in.
Well, that pretty much does it for the first segment. In the second segment, I'd like to discuss some of the specific offerings of the Second Harvest Food Bank and other strategies for obtaining food security. We'd like to take this time to remind our listeners that all of True Chat's podcasts help pursue a common goal: to educate people by providing honest, open, and respectful conversations and information. To learn more about Mercy Moments, listen to the recap at the end of the program. And to search for previous episodes or find ways to listen, please visit us at mercymoments.org. Are you in need of medical imaging services? Then look no further. For Mercy Health Urbana Hospital, in its newly renovated Imaging and Women's Center, now offers everything from CT, MRI, and ultrasound to DEXA, and yes, even 3D mammography. Also, our team of board-certified radiologists will work with your prescriber to provide accurate and timely results. To learn more about medical imaging services, please visit us at www.mercy.com. Welcome back. So our topic today has been about food insecurity and the many different offerings of the Second Harvest Food Bank. And our guest today has been Tyra Jackson. Tyra, welcome back.
Thank you.
So in a nutshell, what exactly is the Second Harvest Food Bank?
Second Harvest Food Bank is a distribution center. So our main thing is that we collect, store, and distribute. And when you think of a food bank, because this is very confusing for a lot of people.
Right.
When you think of a food bank, I want you to think of just a regular bank. And there's a main branch. And then our partner agencies, our pantries, and our soup kitchens are like ATMs, where they're located throughout the whole entire community so people can get to them easier and faster. And so at the food bank, we have trucks, box trucks that we go out every single day, Monday through Saturday, picking up food from grocery stores that aren't selling. It's a donation. We also take food directly to our partner agencies, our pantries, our nonprofits, so they can serve directly as well. So we're a hub for many of those agencies and partners in our community. We go out and resource all the food, try to get as much in as possible so we can serve the 50,000 people who need assistance in our service area.
So how do you differ, let's say, from like the Caring Kitchen?
The Caring Kitchen, which they do a lot of things, we have partnered with them for a long time, where they're one of our bases. So where we may not be there all the time, the Caring Kitchen is going to be that flag staff that if people need assistance, they can go there. They know where to go. We provide support to them through food, supplies, and different things like that. It's not a duplication, it's a partnership.
I think you touched on this earlier. But what is the exact process for distributing food?
There's a lot of different ways that we do that because different people are going to need different things. So people can go to pantries, and we actually have an intake system. It's called Pantry Track. So we can see when I'm talking about we have 50,000 unduplicated people, we can actually look at all of our partner agencies throughout 3 counties. We can segment it by each county. We can even segment it by the day that they served. So we know how much people are being served. We keep poundage of how much each agency is receiving, how much they distribute. So we can equate that to how many pounds people are receiving each month. So we have our agencies as huge partners that assist us with all of that distribution. We also have methods of going, as we said, going directly into those communities. We have mobile trucks that we take the food directly to them.
Yeah, because you guys have an event at the fairgrounds, correct?
Once a month, we're at the fairgrounds, but we're in Champaign County 6 times a month with our mobile truck in different locations because we'll go into the more rural areas. We're in St. Paris. We're in mechanicsburg. So we're going to go wherever they need assistance with that support. One of the things that people don't know, a lot of people don't know, is that probably 60 to 75 households per week receive home deliveries from us.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Because once again, it's just transportation issues, and the majority of those are seniors. There's mobility and transportation issues.
So do you just distribute food?
No. So if people tell us that they need additional things, and if we have it, we sometimes take toiletry items. A lot of people just need water because their water is not the best. And so we can bring a pack of water. When we have it, we supply pet food. And really, if people are asking us for certain things, we'll try to procure it, especially if it's multiple people that we're hearing need assistance.
So how did the Second Harvest Food Bank get started?
It was back in 1981, a group of people that I think was largely Clark and Champaign County. It was a lot of people that actually worked at Navistar, IH at that time. And they said, we have people running around our community trying to help people. What if we get a warehouse together and have people bring things to us? And it really started out as just canned goods, which it has completely grown from that. We distribute, of course, shelf-stapled items still, but our huge push is to have more nutritional things. So we have fresh produce, we have cheese, dairy items, and of course, fresh protein. But it was just a group of people who really came together to see and try to meet the need of the community.
So who runs it today?
So as of 2020, we are an independent nonprofit. For many, many years, we were under the parentalship of Catholic Charities Southwest Ohio. In 2017, we started the transition of becoming a independent nonprofit. They decided they wanted to do more of work in the Cincinnati area where they're based. And all 3 of our counties, Clark, Champaign, and Logan County, came together and made sure that the food bank remained local. And it's, as I said, an independent nonprofit.
So how's it funded?
We have multiple funding sources. We receive grants. We receive donations from corporations, businesses, but our largest donation percentage comes from private donors.
So who are some of the major benefactors for the program?
In the past, of course, we received federal dollars, and we receive food from the state as well. So that's huge for us. But we also, in Speedway, which is now 7-Eleven, has supported us. Mercy Health has given us, we're just ending a pledge that we had, a 4-year pledge with them. We also receive assistance from different corporations, Bundy Foundation, just throughout our whole community, we have different people who step up and support to make sure that people aren't going to bed hungry.
So where exactly are you guys located? Because you touched on you have several different branches, but where primarily are you guys located?
Our main warehouse is located in Springfield at 20 North Murray Street. But as we said, we have our different pantries and soup kitchens throughout all 3 counties.
So do you guys have a website?
We do. It is www.theshfb.org.
So how can people donate if they don't already know?
So there's a couple different ways you can donate. One, your time is always important to us as well. So if you can volunteer and you can assist at one of the distributions or go to one of the pantries to assist them, we're always looking for volunteers.
And so is that more, and really is that more important than actually donating money as far as that goes? Because like you said, most of your donors are larger government entities. So volunteering is probably even more important, correct?
Volunteering is important, but to get money in order to get the food is probably more important. And we have on our website, you can mail in checks, you can drop them off. There's multiple ways to give, and we actually encourage people because a lot of times people want to give food. When we are able to get $1 in, we're able to provide 4 to 5 meals with that $1 because we're able to stretch it because we buy in bulk. So instead of going to the grocery store and buying a jar of peanut butter for $3, we can get one for $1.50. So we buy things by the truckloads, the semi-load full, and then we are able to send it out to our partner agencies and also use it to distribute directly to our neighbors as well.
So is there a good contact number for you guys?
Sure. It is 937-325-8715. And for donations and different things, you want to use extension 102 or 112.
Well, that pretty much does it for the program today. But before we go, we'd like to do a brief segment called Caring Corner. First, in local news, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, or CMS, has updated its overall quality scores for 2022. And Champaign County's very own Mercy Health Urbana Hospital has once again received a 5-star rating. The score is based on 47 different quality measures spread across 5 main categories, which are mortality, safety, readmission, patient experience, and timely and effective care. For getting this award, the staff at Mercy Health Urbana Hospital would like to thank the local communities that they serve. For without your generous involvement and support, this achievement would not be possible. Also, in other news, on Thursday, November 3rd, from 5 p. to 7 p., Mercy Health Springfield's Cancer Center will be hosting its annual Shine a Light on Lung Cancer event. It will be held at 101 South Fountain Street in Springfield, Ohio. In addition to educating the public on the many different advances in lung cancer screening, detection, and treatment, there will also be a variety of food, drinks, and other vendors on site for the event. For more information, please call 937-523-5864. That's 937-523-5864. Finally, Mercy Health's imaging department would like to remind everyone that there will be several upcoming mobile mammography events at various locations throughout the community. No doctor's order is needed to make an appointment, and if you are over the age of 40, most major insurances will cover a yearly mammogram. No-cost screenings are also available to those who qualify. Simply ask for financial assistance when you call. During the day of the event, please bring a photo ID and a valid insurance card. Walk-ins are welcome. However, it's best to make an appointment. To learn more about these events, simply go to mercy.com and search for Mercy Health Events or call 937-523-9332. That's 937-523-9332. We'd like to end the program today by reminding everyone that our goal here at Mercy Moments is to promote local resources, awareness, and involvement. Therefore, if you have any comments related to past episodes or have suggestions for future programs, Please contact us at TACEYLER at mercy.com. That's capital TACEYLER at mercy.com. Once again, I'd like to thank my guest, Tyra Jackson, for being here. You can listen to Mercy Moments on True Chat via Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, or anywhere else fine podcasts are found. For Mercy Moments, Mercy Health Urbana Hospital, and True Chat, I'm your host, T. Alan Ceyler.
My name is Tyra Jackson.
Thanks for listening today. Stay healthy, Ohio.